You know the story of Fred Bogert? They wanted to take him out, but they kept him in his shed. Here's Walter Clark to explain why. Walter, welcome back to the program and a belated Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, Fred. Same to you. Good to be with you.
All right, let's get into this. And maybe on the surface, it's not the most exciting topic, but I think it's important. What is the Brown Act?
It is really simple. It's 1953 law that they refer to as the Sunshine Law. It ensures your right as a citizen to know what's going on at City Hall. So they can't have secret meetings. They can't have secret decisions being made. You have the right of notice of the meetings. You have the right to be heard. And that's all it is. There's some exceptions if they're dealing with litigation against the city, for instance, or personnel matters. But otherwise, it's supposed to be open and accessible to the public.
All right, that being said, how did it cancel the Palm Springs Art Commission to move Mayor Bogert's statue to the Village Green?
I don't think it really is a giant issue, but what happened apparently is that there was a public arts commission that made a recommendation to the city to move it to that location. City council discussed it, approved it, but had failed to put it on the agenda. So the city attorney wisely said, we have to set this decision aside. It didn't comply with the regulations, and they can certainly do it in the future if they wish.
So in your opinion, there is nothing nefarious that went on there?
I certainly don't think so. It's been entertaining to see Marilyn Monroe and Frank Bogert get moved around a bit. But the thing that I think is interesting and the irony in this situation is that Bogert had worked with our governor, Earl Warren, back in the 50s to get legislation that would help have the Palm Springs tram constructed. It happened to be at the same time there was a San Francisco Chronicle article about our secret government complaining about the fact that governments were making decisions on big issues secretly and not giving an opportunity for the public to be heard. So what happened was an assemblyman by the name of Brown wrote the law, and Governor Earl Warren signed the law that's now being applied, you might say, to Mayor Frank Bogert. So in terms of thinking of sunshine laws, there was an agreement, secret agreement made between Earl Warren and our friend, the Eisenhower administration, that if Eisenhower won, it would be Eisenhower's obligation to appoint Earl Warren to the U.S. Supreme Court, which he did.
I did not know this. I did not know this story.
Yeah, he became Chief Justice in 1954. And I just think it's interesting because he was one of the most important Chief Justices ever, came up with decisions, led the way with Brown versus Board of Education, with the Miranda decision. And so they're all sort of tied together. I think Frank was tied in with Governor Earl Warren, who became on the Supreme Court. But that's how the Brown Act came to pass. And the secret deal that they made, I don't think was exposed to the public, nor would the Brown Act apply. But interesting history.
Yes, see? We didn't think this would be very, very interesting, and you made it fascinating. Walter, good job.
You're so kind, Fred. Thank you. Good being with you, kid.